NBC's Andrea Mitchell caught red-handed broadcasting fake news to public. The establishment media in this country has always leaned to the left, but there was a time when they reported the facts, no matter how begrudgingly or with how much spin. That's changed in recent years, with old-school reporters wondering whether to stick with the old model of bias or the brave new world of outright prevarication. Some, PBS Judy Woodruff and CNN's Wolf Blitzer spring to mind, have maintained some semblance of objectivity they had. A semblance isn't exactly something to tweet home about, but it's certainly preferable to old media names like Dan Rather and Brian Ross, who've enthusiastically jumped into the world of fake news and fake outrage as if they would have done it from day one. If you've ever wondered where Andrea Mitchell, a venerable name at NBC News, fell in this new order, she left little doubt with one preposterous tweet Monday that pushed news faker than a $20 Chanel handbag from Canal Street. The whole thing began after the White House issued several tweets criticizing two senators who have called for changes to or the outright abolishment of immigration and customs enforcement. @Sen Kamala Harris, why are you supporting the animals of MS-13? You must not know what ICE really does, a tweet to California's junior senator, who has said that there's no question that we've got to critically re-examine ICE and its role in the way that it is being administered and the work it is doing. As for Elizabeth Warren, who supports just abolishing the whole thing altogether, the White House decided to ask her, why are you supporting criminals moving weapons, drugs, and victims across our nation's borders? That this angered Mitchell is hardly any surprise. One hardly suspects the veteran broadcaster of covert membership in the Proud Boys Women's Auxiliary. However, barring simply reporting the facts, which Mitchell wasn't going to do, there were two possible options Mitchell could have taken regarding the story. The first was to express her outrage and let everyone know where she stood, which would have destroyed the illusion of objectivity. The second would be to simply make stuff up, which would have destroyed the illusion of credibility. There was a third option I hadn't considered, however, she could always just choose both. They broke the law via Twitter. That's how perfidious this White House is. They managed to use money appropriated by any enactment of Congress to influence members of Congress on a free social media site. This is actually more ridiculous than it looks at first glance. Speaking of destroying the illusion of credibility, Mike Cernovich has certainly managed to do that with alarming rapidity thanks to dabbling in conspiracy theories most rational people wouldn't buy. Still, the independent right-wing journalist has managed to break a number of stories the liberal media either couldn't or didn't want to. That's right, the law she cited has everything to do with lobbyists and nothing to do with the White House Twitter account. You don't have to be a lawyer to realize there's absolutely no application to tweeting at senators who are attacking ICE. By this point, however, thousands of people had shared Mitchell's tweet, and she certainly wasn't going to issue a retraction. Oh, and as for Mitchell's outrage over the White House falsely accusing the senators of supporting gangs, what, pray tell, does she think the result of the abolition or curtailing of the main enforcement arm dealing with criminal illegal immigrants will achieve? Does Mitchell truly believe that there would be absolutely no fallout from abolishing the ICE? But I digress. The point is that these are the same people wondering why the White House is calling them fake news, all while they embrace the new fake news mindset. Have fun trying to get White House officials charged over a tweet with a regulation meant for a lobbyist.